everyone. It's the West Ham Minds channel. It's the West Ham transfer news. It's Friday. Jazz has got his retro baseball cap on. That's struggling to fit his big head, but you know what I'm like. But anyway, yeah, good morning. It's TGIF. Thank God it's Friday. TJ Fridays, yeah, I used to like going there. Anyway, we leave that story to one side, but anyway. Fuck you, I'm on about always going sideways. But listen, yeah, welcome to the channel. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. We've hit 2,700 subs. So, yeah, it'd be really good when we hit 3,000 subs. So, spread the word. Tell him there's a mad West Ham fan down at the West Ham Eyes channel. Talks openly, honestly, and all that kind of thing in it. But anyway, seriously, yeah, so let's give you a bit of an update. Lots going on now, and lots will be going on as every day passes towards the end of the transfer window, really. So let's start off with the breaking news, kind of this time yesterday morning, was that the Bayern Munich Moroccan international, 26-year-old Duran Mazraoui, was kind of on West Ham's list. We got in touch with Bayern Munich. We got a few things sort of over the line yesterday with the player and the club. So as it stands this morning, everyone, we are predicted due to seal a deal for this man, if not today, by the weekend, really. So the fee's about 16 million. That's more or less agreed with Bayern Munich plus add-ons. That's a great price for most players in this age. And this guy is obviously, like I said, really good pedigree. Ajax background, born in Holland, got Moroccan citizenship, a very, very good fullback. Went to sort of Bayern on a free transfer 2-3 years ago. If it wasn't for a few injuries here and there and a little bit their manager's situation up and down last couple of years, he would have played more games. But certainly, having said that, like I said, he's played 19 league games the last 2 seasons in each season. Last season, 8 Champions League games. A lot of assists, a lot of goals. Very, very good player, but more interesting for me and more happily for me, he fits the J-Lo model of playing, right? Which is play high up the pitch, a pressing game, quite aggressive game, holding on to the opposite or the ball, really. And he fits that. He's much more attacking than kind of 1 or 2 fullbacks we got at the club, and certainly Wan-Bissaka, who's the big one that we were in for this summer. That story we're going to shortly after this one. So yeah, it ticks all the boxes. Walker Peters would have been a good one as well. We'll kind of come into that as well, really. Kufal, certainly, listen, the effort's there, but it's just in the final third. He hasn't got the quality, as far as I'm concerned, in terms of the crosses and assists. And dare I say it, the odd 1 or 2 goals. He's never going to score a goal. I've seen him run into the box with hardly anything else to do, just slide past the goalkeeper. He's turned around and gone back the other way down the pitch. That's just Kafal. But this man is all action. He's very good on the eye. He's, like I said, yeah, he's always trying to make things happen. He doesn't stand still for a minute. He's got a good amount of pace on him, a very good engine on him. 26, 27, again, fits that kind of age and model that we're fitting in with Max Kilman and all those type of guys coming into the best time of their career, really. So you cannot question the pedigree of this player. Obviously, there's always a question about something, isn't it? Because, listen, we're not Bayern Munich, we're not Barcelona, we're not kind of Real Madrid, Chelsea, man. We're always going to buy a player that either is not getting enough game time, he was worth a lot of money once due to injuries, or not getting, he's gone down a bit. It's always going to be one of those. Very rarely are we going to be able to buy a player at the top of their game. It's just one of those things until we establish ourselves a bit more and more in European competitions, start to win things a bit more on a regular basis and get more money in the club, start paying. But we're not going to get that. So every transfer we get over the line, there's obviously going to be fans not happy about something, right? In this story, it's about the injury record, nothing else, and we just got to go for it, right? Because what's coming quite clear in this window is, like I said, I never wanted to sort of start guessing and talking about what our budget was, because I don't know, you don't know, nobody knows. That's the way it should be, right? So no point doing shows and predicting you think you know what it is. But what's becoming clear is that, and I know it's frustrating for a lot of fans, there's a plan of who we want to get in what position, but funds are limited, as they are for all clubs. funds are limited, and if you end up paying a bit more for your really number one player like Kilman, for example, I don't know, 40 million was what we had in the kitty for him. Have we paid 10 more than we wanted? If we paid 10 more because we wanted J-Lo's number one target, we wanted to welcome the new manager with a present, saying, yeah, it's not good to come into a club and then you don't give him what he wants because he got upset and Wolves. So he's got what he wanted, and maybe we've paid 5 to 10 more for him. I don't know. I'm not expert at valuations. I just give you the news and my opinion, right? And if that's happened, then maybe 10 has gone out the budget for another position, and that's why. But the good news is we are not standing still. We've got a lot of targets for every position, and we're putting the feelers out there for every player, every position. Like I said, in case one or two deals don't happen, then you jump on the other one, right? What I like, what we're not doing is just, well, you might say that about Duran later on, but it's just chasing someone for too long in a window, and then one or two other targets are going, and you're wasting a lot of time and things like that, really. So with this guy, Duran Mazraoui, very, very confident still will be done, hopefully. Interestingly enough, Man United were after him, right, because he's played for Den Haag before, right, Ajax, but they dillied and dallied because I don't know if there's the injury record or the package, or they're trying to get Wan-Bissaka out the door. And it only came out last night that Wan-Bissaka, the cheeky little sod, has actually turned West Ham down, right? He's turned West Ham down, and one of the reasons is obviously his salary, that kind of thing, the whole package. You must remember that the fee is just a small story of the whole package. It's the agent fees, it's the sell-on clauses, it's the bonuses, the players' rights, it's the sell. That's what makes up most of it, right? So, yeah, we were never going to agree a salary with him, what he was on at Man United. Fee, we were still not really in agreement with Man United over that either. So we were a bit way out, and then that's why Man United kind of, yeah, dilly did that. And I still don't understand the policy of most clubs where they won't buy who they want to buy until they get the player out. The player is always going to go. The window's still got a lot of time. You've got to get your number one targets in. You can't keep waiting to sell your player. I don't understand that bit. Worst case scenario, if it doesn't happen, you've always got the winter window. Surely finances at clubs are not that tight that I don't understand that. I don't understand it. I know a lot of clubs are doing it, but I don't really understand why that's happening, really. But that's why they didn't go for him, because they haven't sold Wan-Bissaka. He wants the Inter move, apparently. They're getting closer to that. So we're out the window for Wan-Bissaka. I was happy with Wan-Bissaka links. The only thing was, yes, he needs to improve on his final third in terms of assists. Goals he's never going to score, but he was a good pedigree, a very good out-and-out defender. I was kind of okay with that, you know. With Walker Peters, we never agreed a fee with Southampton. What surprised me about that deal was that he didn't dig his heels in a bit more and cause a bit more mayhem, dare I say, in terms of saying, listen, Southampton, you got relegated. I stayed with you. I done you a favour. You got to let me go now. I want to go. So I'm really, really surprised by that, because if we can't agree a deal for Walker Peters, I don't know where else he's going to go. But then again, don't have a go at the club, because what's going to happen is the players that we never got deals agreed with, they're going to go cheaper than what we were bidding in the last 2 days of the window. And that's when clubs like Fulham are going to pick them up, like Broja on loan. And we were like, especially me, jumping up and down saying, why didn't we get Broja on loan? If he gone to Fulham, we've been banging our heads about this player for 2 years, even though, yeah, a lot of things happening with him with injuries as well. So don't always have a go at the club. It's just the way the windows is. Some people want to take your pants down, especially the European clubs. And I kept saying that any player that plays for like Lyon or one of these clubs, right, has 2 seasons or 1 season good, he's certainly got 50 million value over his head, and that gets overrated. And then he turned into like a fucking cat market, a cow market and things like that, where people start overbidding. Is a small window, people start blackmailing each other in the window, overpaying for really what people are, and then you get stung, don't you? Like people like Filippo Anderson and Vlasic and people like that, where you paid 30-40 million for, you're lucky you get 5 million back, because when you look back on their record, that fee was literally, yeah, put a gun on your head, because when you look back on it, they're only a lot of sort of played sort of 1 or 2 seasons good, and it's only worth 50 million. And you know, that's why I don't mind the Max Kilman deal. He's been around 3-4 years in the Premier League. He knows the league, captain, very strong, no injuries. I can't really knock that. And Premier League, kind of homegrown as well. That kind of number counts. You're paying a bit premium. I don't mind that one getting over the deal. Really, the one I'm really worried about is the Brazilian kid Gamaras. Did we really need him? 18 million is a big risk, and that is causing a bit of an issue with people. When we go to the Duran deal, I mean, do we really need Kamaras? I rather. I mean, looks like we do have good amount of money set aside for a striker. So then I can't really say anything because we have bid 32 million for Duran at Villa, right? The saga that's kind of continuing and continuing. Really, the latest that we know as of last night, ex-employee was talking about, and one or two sources even this morning, were saying that we've offered 32 million plus kind of one of our youth players, Oxford, I think it was, wasn't it? Because then again, I'm just being honest, I don't really follow our kind of youth, I'm afraid. I just about have time for the full team, so I don't follow the ladies' team, I don't follow the unders. But apparently, yeah, we'd offered Oxford one of our players. What's his name again? It's bugging me. Yeah, Lewis Orford. Lewis Orford. Sorry, not Oxford. Lewis Orford. I'm so bad with names. Apologise. But yeah, we bid 32 million plus 18-year-old Lewis Orford, who's a bit of a Declan Rice type of player that Villa have shown an interest in the past. They said no. It's gone embarrassing now because it's out in the open that we're trying to flog all our young players off. And it goes back to again with Ben Johnson that why didn't we go in earlier in terms of if we wanted to listen, Ben Johnson going I don't really mind, but what I don't like is someone going on a free and you didn't tie him up maybe 2 years ago and then flog him this summer. You could have got 10, 15 million for him, right? Because I only judge it by what I saw on the pitch. If Johnson goes and does really, really well at Ipswich, whatever, that's not my problem. I'm not going to blame anyone, right? But what I don't like is you got to make up your mind early about what you don't do with Johnson is offer him a deal with literally 4 days before more or less Ipswich have offered him something. Why didn't he do that a lot earlier? And similarly with Lewis Orford, I think he wants to stay at the club, but we've just been dilling and dallying about his future, his contract, not clarifying how he stands, and it's not good. And if Villa come in, who listen, they're in the Champions League, a very very big club on par with kind of us, the European Cup winners in the past, very very good pedigree of a club. Then obviously you're going to get more salary. You're going to have a manager who's willing to take you there. That means motivation is high. There's someone who wants me. Whereas with David Moyes, he probably hardly spoke to the kid. I don't know, but we really need to sort it out in terms of the academy. I like what I see under J Lo. More and more players are kind of being playing in the sort of in the summer games and getting more and more involved. There's pictures of Cornet smiling. Everyone's smiling camp at the moment. Comments are positive. Everyone's saying it's great at the moment. The training's really, really good. Very positive in the way we're playing. Even Kofal went as far to say, looks like we're going to play sort of very high up the pitch, very attacking. Hold on to the possession a bit more, and even I think Kudos is saying the managers wants me to just be a winger and do what I'm good at, attack with the ball. Forget about defending, not completely, but listen, we want you to attack as much as you can. Don't forget that. We don't want you to kick off like Moyes. You stay back and that kind of. So everything is good. It's just that bit embarrassing for the club to offer a young, and you don't do that at West Ham's level. We're not like in the second division or third or any. We need to flog our youngsters off before seeing what they're all about. So at the moment, as it stands, we've got no agreement with Duran. I think there's stories about Newcastle coming in. I can't verify those, so I don't really want to go into them. All I want to talk about is what I know from my prime sources, and that's that we are still in for Duran John. He wants to join West Ham because more or less he'll become our number one player and being frustrated at Villa. But look at Villa's position, 120 million in the bank from two player sales, and then your reserve striker teams are fighting to buy him for 40 million. Great position to be in, dare I say. But yeah, he wants to come. Terms with him, I agreed. It's just that Villa value him at close to 40. We're going in at around 29, 30. But don't shoot West Ham too quick. I think they're just trying to think of the all-round package about if we can save about 5 in this deal and the player wants to come, so we're not really afraid of him going anywhere else at this point in time, then we can put that 5 towards somewhere else within the window. Because fans are fans. If we pay 40 for him, soon as he comes in with the shirt, 2 days later, we're going to start saying, "Oh, we need a centre midfielder. Are we going to buy?" See what I mean? Just wait until the window's finished. I think they definitely know who they want in what positions. It's just about moving the money around, I think. So we have a bit more for the other positions. So like I said, maybe they've paid 5 more for Kilman. Brazilian Gameras, I'm not sure about that. I don't think we needed that kind of risk or that amount of money in this window. But like I said, what do I know? He could be great, great. I don't know. I'd rather have. I want to look at the left back position as well. We need to buy another centre back and hopefully get rid of a Gerd or Zuma or both. I wanted two strikers in, but I don't think that's going to happen. I understand that because they're thinking Bowen can fit that position in. So I totally get that. Bowen can play two positions. Let's use the money somewhere else. Looks like Paqueta is going to play for us definitely up until Christmas. On the back of that, the club want to take the FA they want to take the FA to court over Paqueta, saying the case is more or less dragging on too long, and yeah, they should have responded to them a lot earlier because this started about 9 months ago, really, and it's disrupted Everton's season, as you know, and that kind of thing's linking onto that, really. So, like I said, just be patient with the window. We are earmarking players in the right position. It's just about how do we share that pot of money, stretch it as far as we can, really. Obviously, if we lose Duran, who looks like is number one for the manager, yeah, it won't be good. And it's a fine line. It's a risk, isn't it? It's a fine line between pissing Villa off and someone else coming in with a lot more cash, and then we're kind of stuck. But then, having said that, there are other players that we can move to fairly quickly. There's El Nesri in the background at Sevilla waiting. Understandably, he's getting frustrated, but I don't give a shit about that because players do it to clubs, vice versa, really. So that's kind of the position with that one. Apart from that, let me have a look. Yeah, so David Ornstein's a good kind of source. So he's just saying West Ham agree club and player deals close, not done officially, like I'm saying. Wan-Bissaka we already kind of sort of spoke about, really. Other thing was about Mohamed Kudus. Like, don't forget the players we already got in the team. We've got a very, very good team in a lot of places, a lot of positions. Kudus was up there. So someone's looked at the top 5 leagues, most dribbles. He's up there ahead of everyone else, like Sane and Savinho, Girona, and people like that. So he's well up there. It's really, really good. So don't forget we got Bowen. Don't forget we got Paqueta. Don't forget we got Kudus. Zuma's a good player on his day, but obviously got a few issues. Max Kilmer's come in. We got the Brazilian kid who's a bit of a unknown quantity, so don't really know what to say about that. We're looking at two players at least more coming in, so it's beginning to shape up. And like I said, the window is limited. There's only so much we can do in one window. It's a bit like I don't know if it's a bit like the Labour Party saying a lot of in every speech is like, yeah, we're taking over a lot of shit and we bear with us. Maybe that's what J-Lo's saying. We've inherited a lot of shit. I don't think it's that bad, but it's certainly it's old, it's slow. You want to play a different way. I think most managers do to kind of David Moyes. It's been a bit quiet in Moyes. Don't know what he's up to. Not many clubs up for him, but yeah, see what he's up to. The git. But yeah, there's a lot of things that need changing. The fans have just got to calm down a bit. The last thing we want to do, certainly I don't want to do, is any negativity on kind of the new manager. Back the new manager. Let's get happy. We've been miserable for too long. Let's hopefully get better football, more attacking football, higher up the pitch, holding on to the ball a bit more zippy, good passes, high level of technicality between all the players. A much more easy. It's easy to improve the defense. It's one of the worst defenses in the Premier League. So hopefully, with one or two signings in the back, it looks like the Moroccan lad's in at right back. He's going to provide really, really good pace. Hopefully, the injuries stay kind to him. Maxwell knows the league. He'll be marshalling the back four. Who's going to be the new captain? I don't know. Areola, let's see what happens. I want to see a bit more from him. Left back, Kresi's agreed to stay another year. I know the manager liked Kresi, but there's no way he should be a starter. So let's look at the left back position. And I think it's going to be a new back four. That is what we need. It is that bad. We need a new back four. So two. Well, one's definitely coming. One's about to come in. We still need another centre back and a left back, in my view. And I'm still open in terms of Areola. I don't know what to make of him, so I'll sit on the fence with Areola. In midfield, I don't want to talk about strict formations yet because I'm still looking into that. But if we just generally just look over the midfield and not talk about formations at the moment, because I will come on to that on another show. You got Paqueta in there. You got what's his name? Alvarez is in there. Suchek's in there. So those three, that's a good three in the middle there. And then up front, you kind of got sort of Brazilian kid, a winger. You got Kudos, you got Bowen. Hopefully, Striker's going to come in at some point. So it's a lot of good things happening all over the pitch, I think. So I think we'll be okay. But like I said, be patient. Expectations for me at the moment is a top 10 finish, then definitely into Europe by the end of next year. The board expect that. He's got a 2-year deal. If he doesn't deliver Europe in 2 years, he's out the door. So don't knock the board for that. The board want it done same as you. They're giving him 2 years, right? So yeah, let's be patient. Let's kind of look forward to the first game. Let's take the news and transfer window with a pinch of salt. Only when it gets juicy and close that we will talk and report about it, because otherwise there's Tom, Dick and Harry linked to West Ham. I think I've been linked this morning as a left back option, but I don't know about that. But anyway, that's it from me, I think. So yeah, the drama continues at the window. I'm like I said, I'm kind of okay with it. Sometimes, like you said, Wan-Bissaka, a lot of you wanted him, he didn't want to come. There's not more we can do, right? That's some of the things we don't know about really. And Duran definitely wants to come, so I can only see one kind of winner in that. Hopefully, it'd be us in the race to get him. And apart from that, once we've got the main players in, then we go back and see how much money we got left, and whether we look at people like Reece Nelson on my tracker again, I don't know. Whether we go back to Brazil to pick up another youngster, I don't know. Let's use the loan market a bit more. So obviously there'll be room for 1 or 2 loan signings and things like that. Freebies, there's a few players on the free transfer flying about. So yeah, like I said, be happy, be patient. It's Friday. Enjoy your Friday, and yeah, thanks for watching. And I'll be back soon as any more breaking news, and hopefully that'll be with a signing that's more or less medical booked on the way and that kind of thing. So you guys have a lovely Friday. Like I said, thank you for watching. Keep subscribing, keep watching, keep drinking rum and coke, and keep following Jazz. Take care.